What's up? Tonight, I got something super awesome and important and whatever for you. Okay, so not whatever, but if you have negative items on your credit report and you want to remove them, I don't care what it is, collection, foreclosure, repossession, charge offs, late payments, then I'm going to show you exactly how to remove these from your credit report. Okay, and this is kind of a beginner's type of deal. So we're not going to go into super advanced, but you can use this to literally remove anything. I don't want to say literally, virtually remove any negative item using this. Okay, so because we're live, I just need to go and change a couple of settings before I share my screen. So just give me 1 second to do that. And while I am changing my settings, I want for you to go and smash that like. It costs you nothing. Smash it. Tell Google that you like this so that Google can share this with other people. Okay. So we are about to get going. And now, is this going to work if you have charge offs? Yes. Is this going to work if you have collections? Yes. Is this going to work if you have late payments, evictions, bankruptcy? Yes. Is this going to work if you have child support? We're going to stop right there. And I'm going to let you know that if you have child support, you're going to end up wasting years of your life. And if you don't want to waste years of your life, then hey, don't bother. Okay. So I actually stopped disputing child support back in, I don't know, 2016, 2017, when I found out that it was just like virtually impossible, or that it would take like forever. So I stopped disputing child support. Okay. So there's other ways that you can get it off. I would just say go directly to them and see what you can do. But other than that, the only no basically is going to be foreclosures that say in process or foreclosure started. Okay. Other than that, you can use this to remove anything else on your credit report. Okay. So I believe we are about ready. So let me go back to my stream here. Okay. So if you didn't join yesterday's live, and I think I went live twice yesterday, or the day before that, what I want for you to do is to go to any of my other videos, because I do remove the chat ability on here when I go live, and let me know what you are currently struggling. Are you having problems with late payments? Are you having problems with portfolio recovery? What are you having problems with? Because I will do a live Q&A for credit sweeps where I will answer your questions. So go to any of my other videos, not right now, but when we are done here, and let me know what you are struggling with so that I can help you. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen. I have a lot to share with you. So make sure that you stay till the end of this, because I promise you, my promise to you is that if you implement exactly what I'm about to share with you, you will be able to remove your negative items. Okay. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've got 8 documented years right here on YouTube showing that there are no shortcuts, and there's very specific things that you can do to get this done. You just have to trust me, trust the process, and I promise you, you will remove these things from your credit report. Okay. Yes, I'm excited. Why? Because I get the results, dude. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Mine say it all. Okay. So first things first, I'm about to share my screen, but if you personally need help removing negative items from your credit report, head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me, or send me a message and let me know what's up. I will help if I can. Okay. I don't have a lot of space in my program, but that is why we do this call, so that I can determine if I'm able to assist you. All right. I am about to share my screen. So let me just make one more adjustment and move a tab, and we are going to get this going. All right. I created a board, and on this board, we have a couple of things. So let me just go pull it up. Now, this looks like a lot on here, but I promise you it's going to all make sense, okay? And as you can see right here in the middle, if you have negative items and you want to see if I can help you, head over to this right here, my740.com, and choose any date and time. And like I said, I will see if I can help you. But before we get into this, right now, to the end of this, you have 36 minutes and 57 seconds to go to, I'm going to share the link. We are going to go over to, let's get rid of this link and let's show this one. Okay. You can go over to linksshort.com /buy dash suite, and you can save 50% on my credit repair software that it took me a year to create with my developer. Okay. And that is not just on the first payment, it is on every single recurring payment. You can save 50%. Now, let's go back and I will show you really, really quick before we get into everything exactly what you get with this. All right. So we are currently working on implementing the import for smart credit and for my score IQ. So right now it is only identity IQ, but you get access to a ton of stuff such as 200 built-in dispute reasons, 200 built-in dispute letters, unlimited clients, unlimited portals. Some of these are coming soon. Some of these are already there. You can add your own dispute reasons. You can add your own dispute letters, full email messaging system. We're halfway there on that one. Like I said, import identity IQ credit reports, or you can manually type everything in, inaccuracies report so that you can see all the differences in the accounts. Credit file update notification system, client auto sign up system, that one is coming soon. Webhook automation and integration, that's coming soon. Factual dispute training center, I actually have half of it up already. We have a Facebook group, interactive tutorials. You can change your due date interval. We're adding in a violation log so you can track that stuff. Multi-round letter creation, that's coming soon, in automation. Like I said, smart credit and my score IQ is coming soon. And client email template library, that is coming soon, and the contract center. So there's a ton of stuff in here, but it is a one-stop letter shop, and it's totally hassle-free, and it works right out the box, okay? So, excuse me, I'm going to go and pull this back up, but like I said, if you want to access this, and yes, I know there's like, woo, look at that. If you want to access this, use the link on your screen. You're going to go to linksshort.com/buy-suite. And for the next 35 minutes now, you can save 50%. So instead of my beta pricing, which is $129 per month, and like I said, that's beta. That's going to be changing once I have all those coming soons are no longer coming soon and are active. It is going to be significantly higher than that. So you're going to save 50% on $129, and you get a 7-day trial. All right, so I'm going to put this other link back up. We're going to get to what we need to get to now, and let me go share my screen again. We're going to hop over to my widget board, and let's get to this. So we need to zoom in a little bit on here to make this bigger. Okay. So what we are talking about is how to write the most impactful dispute reasons to remove virtually any negative item on a credit report as fast as is legally possible without templates, online disputes, or identity theft or other methods. And yes, I spelled identity wrong. Let's go fix that. I don't like that. Identity. Okay, so after I fix identity, just because we don't like typos here, there we go, identity theft. All right. So now that we have that fixed, let's go and look at our checklist. All right. So if you can't read this, that's okay. I'm going to read this to you, but this is very straightforward. And we're going to go over the AJERO formula, and I actually created a worksheet for this. Let me see if I can pull up the entire thing. Okay, so I'm going to go over the inverted dispute reason pyramid and the dispute reasons that you should be using, the ones that you should not be using, and your last resort ones, and then exactly how to write your dispute reason for maximum, results. Okay, so we have section 1. And then we have section 2, and then how to put everything together for tracking purposes and all that kind of stuff. So let's scroll back up on this. Let's go over the checklist. I just wanted to let you know what we're going to be going over, and let's get to this. All right. So number 1, to remove negative items from your credit report or your clients, you need to map out the hierarchy for each account. We actually went over this yesterday. So if you did not join yesterday's live, I don't know if it was it the one at 3 or at 9? It was the one at 9 o'clock last night. We went over how to get the biggest impact and what you should be looking for when you create your dispute reasons and your accuracies and your action plan. Okay, so number 2, for each account, we need to create a dispute reason that uses the most impactful facts from the actual report to support our argument. Okay, that is why it's called factual-based disputes. Okay, I promise you that when all of this comes together, it's going to make absolute total sense, okay? So to create these arguments, we use the AJERO formula, which is explained on the worksheet below. And for each account, we're using only one dispute reason. I don't care if there's like 50 different things that are inaccurate on the account. We're only using one. What happens is people think, and I used to think the same thing, that you're going to be able to remove this thing by putting all of your reasons onto the same account in one letter. And what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket is that when it comes back and they verify it as accurate, now you have nothing left to dispute and you're using last resort dispute reasons. And we do not want to do that, okay? This is why we're only putting one letter in an envelope, 10 accounts per letter, and one dispute reason per account, okay? Because when they come back and they want to play games, which is their job to do, their job is not to help you remove these from your credit report. Now we're going to have more that we can come at them with, okay? So on each letter, we're sending no more than 10 disputed accounts, as I just mentioned. If you have more than 10, send another letter. It's only another stamp, okay? And then only use the biggest ammo dispute reasons for rounds 1 through 5. And you can stay at the top of the hierarchy by using the dispute funnel and the evolution line method, so that your backups and your last resorts never have to be used, okay? So let's go over to, my little guy's trying to get down here into my office. So let's go over to our worksheet. And, that is what happens when you go live, right? I got kids. What do you want me to do? All right, so we're going to go back to our stream and going to pull up the biggest ammo, and let me just scroll down. So we're going to be using this worksheet to map out our biggest ammo for our disputes, and we have an inverted dispute reason pyramid. We have our biggest ammo reasons, which are rounds 1 through 5. Then we have our backups, which is, like rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have our last resort, okay? So with rounds 1 through 5, we have date of last activity, date of last payment, notice of dispute, for charge-offs, monthly payments, for collections, late and past dues, and then status, update, and date last reported. Now, your backups, the things that you don't want to be using unless you absolutely have to, are going to be balance, payment history, high balance, past due, method of verification, transferred or sold for collections, and limit. The things you don't want to use are going to be open date, type, terms, comments, status details, payments, and account limit and account number. Those are the things that it's like, I've done everything I possibly could. I don't know what I could possibly do more than what I've already done. And now I need to, figure things out. We don't ever want to come to that point, okay? So that's why we're doing this. Okay, so that is the inverted pyramid. And what we're going to do is we're going to write down the following directly from the credit report, okay? So what we're doing is we're going to have our credit report, and we're going to take each of these parts directly from there and fill this out. So our account number, date of last activity, date of payment, monthly payment, balance, open date, past due, type, terms, late payments, and you want the month, the year, the status, comments, and then additional information such as payment status details, account status, etc. Okay, so looking at the biggest ammo against your negative item, which dispute would be best to start with for round 1? And then you have to ask yourself, why? Why is this at the top of the hierarchy? Why is this the most impactful? Why do I think that this is going to remove whatever it is that I'm disputing? And for tracking purposes, you're going to write your dispute that you started with. So date of last activity for Capital One, account number 517805, okay? That's our example account. Excuse me. So are there any inaccuracies between the bureaus? You want to write each one that you find. So an example would be the balance. Experian is $1, Equifax is $2, TransUnion is $1. Data last activity for Experian is 4/22/19, Equifax 4/1/19, and TransUnion 3/15/2016. So now we want to take that and create our dispute reason, all right? So after looking at your account info and your inaccuracies, where did you find the biggest ammo? Normally, that is in the date of last activity. So if your account is verified, what would be your next best dispute reason, all right? Because it's kind of like playing chess. You need to see your future moves on this, and that's called setting the follow-up, all right? You will either need to assume that the info will be the same or wait till a new credit report is available, and you're doing this to work out your dispute workflow, All right. So you're going to send out your disputes, count 30 days from the date your disputes were received, and you're going to pull a new report. So section 2, round 2. If any of the information for that account has changed, you're going to list it below. So account number, date of last activity, date of payment, monthly payment balance, open date, past due, type, terms, late payments, comments, and additional information. All right. So was the notice of dispute entered within 30 days from the date they received your dispute? This notice will state something along the lines of disputed by consumer in the comment section of the account. You want to choose yes or no. And if the notice of dispute was not entered within 30 days, it is a violation of section 623. And this is the number one key to the credit sweep process. Okay. So based on the new information reporting on your account, what would be the next best reason? All right. So you want to see the question in section 1 and check to see if your choice has changed. And then you're going to map it out, right? So based on round 1, section 1, and round 2, section 2, you want to map out what you believe the next best reason would be to use. And this is actually going to change based on any of the new information received on your credit report or the mail that you receive, right? So now you can go and do the same thing for round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6, and round 7. And your follow-up. Why do you believe that your dispute reasons are not working for each round? Because obviously, if you're going round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, you're doing something wrong, okay? Are you detailing dates and amounts? Are you sending out a new round after a full 30 days? Are you receiving stall tactics or scare tactics? Are you sending out your disputes with copies of your ID, SSN, or proof of address? Detail your thoughts below and adjust for each round, because you can't just say, oh, it's the Bureau's fault. No, there's something that you are doing that is not working, and that is why we're going over this, because you need to find that reason that the account is still on there, okay? So this is what I do for every single account, every single time that I create a new dispute letter, okay? I use the AJERO formula, and the AJERO formula is action, justifier, element, reason, and outcome. And I created a couple cheat sheets for you. So I'm actually going to go over to the one on the right first. Okay, so here's your dispute flow, and it's exactly as I just mentioned. So always check for these inaccuracies first. All right, so let me see if I can scroll down in here. Here we go. Balance, past due, monthly payment on a closed account, late payments on collections. And of course, we have date less active, date less paid, so on and so forth. And then what to dispute first if no blatant inaccuracies. Like I said, data loss activity and data loss payment. All right. Now, what to use as a backup if verified. And obviously it's verified, right? Status update date, notice of dispute, payment history, first date of delinquency, high balance, balance, and past due. Okay. So now if we go over to my cheat sheet that I created over here, let's go scroll over here. We have our hierarchy for our dispute reason. So we have date last active, all right? I mean, how can you report 3 different dates last active? Delete it. It's as simple as that, okay? And then obviously you have to put the facts on there. Date last paid. So account reports that I last paid on 2 different years, delete. And obviously that means that, the account has been re-aged. If date last payment is there, you have to look at the date last active. Notice of dispute. This is actually required to be entered no more than 30 days after they received your first dispute, not your second, not your third, but your first. Otherwise, it is a violation of section 623 and they need to delete that account. Status update. You didn't update the status date, which means that you didn't investigate. Now, why am I saying that? Well, it's actually really, really simple. What happens is they are required to update the date last reported or the status update date, depending on where you're looking at your credit report, when they verify your account as accurate, right? Obviously, there's no investigation. They're really not doing any sort of verification, which is why it makes no sense to do any sort of method of verification request, but that's a different video. So when they don't change this date and it says let's just say that they were supposed to have verified it in July, but it still says last year or January, that means that no investigation could have possibly taken place because they didn't change this date. You see where I'm going with that one? Okay, so payment history. Why are there different different late payment dates than the other bureaus? And then you're going to list those dates, remove for inaccuracy. Now, we have a hierarchy for dispute reasons as well, okay? So we have method of verification. I'm providing facts extracted directly from my credit report. So how did you verify as accurate inaccurate data? first delinquency. Date shows that I was late, but this isn't correct. Please remove this account. Now, you can use first date of delinquency to update and first date of delinquency to delete. Okay. You have to look at what type of account it is and whether you have more than 3 late payments. Like if it's a charge off, you can't fix that, so on and so forth. Right. And then monthly payment. Report a monthly payment of X, but this is a closed account. Delete immediately. Once that account is closed, there should not be a monthly payment on there. Okay. If it is a charge off, there should not be a monthly payment. If it is a collection, there definitely shouldn't be a monthly payment. And speaking of collections, there should be no past due and there should be no late payments and there should be no limit. Okay, high balance. You report the balance of X as higher than the high balance of X, remove for inaccuracy. Independent investigation. I know that you did not do an independent investigation, and I would need to see the proof that you didn't just repeat what the creditor told you. And obviously, they're just repeating it, okay? So, I mean, like, we already know that. Okay, so let me scroll back up on this if I can. Here we go. Okay. Cheat sheet for letters. We're going to skip section 609 because people don't use it correctly. Validation of debt. Validation of debt, third-party collections. Section 623 used to dispute directly with the original creditor. Round 1 should be asking for help as a regular Joe or a regular Jane. Section 1680, well, it's not section 1681, it's 1681, must be accurate, complete, and verifiable. Round 3 asks for proof of independent investigation. Section 611 cannot be reinserted without notification within 5 business days after said reinsertion. And then round 6, restate your best dispute reason in the first paragraph. So you're actually still going to be using new and relevant information from the credit report, but you're restating in that first paragraph your best dispute reason, okay? And then for reasons, we kind of already went over this, but date last active, this actually stipulates when the account naturally falls off. Date last paid is used as a comparison tool, such as 3 dates against each other. Notice of dispute is required to report within 30 days of receipt on letter 1. Method of verification, how did they verify inaccuracy as accurate? Status update, I see a typo, but it's when verified as accurate, date should update. Monthly payment cannot be reported on a closed account. High balance cannot be lower than the balance. Payment history, you're disputing the oldest late payment as I was never late, delete this account. So you can use this cheat sheet as a guide when disputing so that you don't use the wrong letter or dispute reason, right? So this could potentially set you back by 30 days or even block your ability to remove negative items, right? So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Okay, so here's the deal. Like I said, you have, I don't know how much time you have left now, but you did have, when we first started, 36 or 35 minutes to be able to save 50% on my credit repair software. And I'm going to put that link back up on the screen. All right. So you would just go to linksshort.com/buy-suite. And instead of paying with a 7-day free trial, paying $129, you can save 50%. And that's going to end as soon as we end this. So I don't care what you're doing right now, save this link, and I'm going to keep it up just for a little bit of time after we're done because I wanted you to stay till the end. But what I want for you to start thinking about is how you can dissect your accounts and come up with the best possible reason using the information directly on your credit report to remove those collections and your charge-offs and your repossessions and all of that stuff. It's not as simple as comparing 2 bureaus against each other or all 3 bureaus. You have to know why an account or what an account should look like to be able to say, hey, this is not reported accurately, right? You can't just say, oh, well, this bureau reports this and this bureau reports this. No, it's way more than that, okay? So I have 800 videos. I've got 8 years on here, and I have everything that you could possibly need without even checking out software or downloads or anything else. Just go through my videos, and I promise you, you're going to learn exactly what you need to learn, okay? But, if you specifically want to find out how to remove certain things like Portfolio Recovery or Midland or Capital One or American Express or whatever, or how to dispute certain late payments or student loans, use that keyword search right on my channel, type it in, and you're going to pull up all the videos that have those specific keywords that are going to teach you that, okay? Okay, so I think I'm going to end this here. But tonight we went over how to use the AJERO formula to remove virtually any negative item on your credit report by dissecting every single part of the account and using those facts to support our arguments, okay? I want you to stop sending out templates. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, well, section 609, and you're required to report back to me or respond within 30 days. Dude, you're not going to be able to force them to do anything. We're talking about just stupid, regular consumer law. No one's getting in trouble. No one's getting, going to jail. No one's losing their job. Like, they high five each other when they get rid of you, okay? You need to be that dude. You need to be that chick banging at that door until they open. And when they open, you need to come in and you need to, assault them on paper, okay? Like, they don't care about your threats. They don't care about any of that stuff. There's a very specific way that you need to remove these things, and we remove it by building our paper trail against them. You're probably not going to remove your collections or your charge-offs on round one, okay? It's going to take some time, and that is one thing that's like a huge misconception. People think that, oh, well, just because I have some inaccuracies on here that I'm going to be able to remove these things in 30 days. No, dude, if it were like that, first of all, you wouldn't have found the answer on YouTube, okay? You would have paid like $5,000 for it, okay? And number two, dude, there wouldn't be 60 million people with bad credit. Where do you think, what? I keep bringing this up because it's so frustrating. Like, listen to me. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, okay? Like, I don't want to get frustrated with you. Like, I'm not trying to yell at you, but there's so much bad information out there that sometimes it takes a person like me who is doing the right thing to be able to tell you over and over and over again until it goes in one ear and doesn't come out the other that there's a very specific way to do this, and it's not going to be by sending out the same thing that 1.5 million other people are sending out, okay? Take the time to take apart your credit report or use a software like the one that I have the link right on the screen for, and you will be able to find exactly what it is, or that's going to take using the hierarchy and the evolution line method and the dispute funnel and the squeaky wheel method and all of that to remove your accounts, okay? All right. I think that is going to be it for tonight. I still have other files that I have to get to, but I hope you have some sort of clarity after spending this time with me. I hope that you heed the words that I'm actually giving you right now, because I promise you that when you take the time to do this, you will be able to remove these things, and it's not going to happen in 30 days. It's not going to happen in 14 days. It's not going to happen in 7 days. It's not going to happen in 90 days, but we will prevail when we write our factual disputes to the bureaus using the AJERO formula, okay? For every single client that I have, every single time I write that letter, every single time I write a dispute reason, it always, always, always follows action, justifier, element, reason, outcome. And my letter always answers why I'm writing that letter, what I want them to do, and I ask for a new credit report. Speaking of which, if the bureaus are not responding to you, it doesn't matter when you're using factual disputes, because everything that we need is taken directly from the credit report, right? So people get all caught up on the fact that, oh, well, the bureaus didn't respond in 30 days and blah, blah, blah. Dude, it doesn't matter what they do. It's not about what they say, what they don't say. It's about what we do. And what we do is build our paper trail, and we get our results by banging on that door and not going away. When you send, the date last active and they say it's verified, you go to the date last paid. When they come back and they say it's verified, you go to the notice of dispute and you hit them with a violation. When they say that that's verified and that's absolute bullshit, now you go to the date last reported. When they come back and they say that the date last reported is, whatever, now you go to independent investigation and you go to the payment history. So that's what I'm talking about with a hierarchy, with a workflow, with a specific way to attack them, because we're not sending the same thing over and over and over again. It's new and relevant information taken directly from the credit report to support our arguments, reported by the bureaus, the creditors, and the collectors every single month. Okay. So again, if you want to see if I can do a credit sweep for you, head over to my740.com. If you wanted to see if, what's up with the new credit repair software that I've been talking about, for the past 30 minutes, then use the link that I just had up on the screen and you'll get a 7-day free trial. All right. So I'm going to go now because I don't want to start rambling, because I'm going to jump from topic to topic. But that was it for tonight. Like I had mentioned earlier, we're doing a new series where I'm going to answer your questions. Okay. So if you have a question that I haven't answered yet, maybe in the comments, or, you just want to know, go to any one of my other videos, post a comment and let me know what it is after you smash the like on whatever that video is. Letting me know whatever you are having issues with, and I might include it in one of these. All right. So I'm going to shut up now. I hope you have a great one. I will see you tomorrow. I'm probably not going to go live. I don't know. But if not, I will post a regular video and I will see you later. All right. Bye.